Greetings gamers around the world. Today's edition of the Keep an Eye on It as turn-based games from nearly every genre imaginable. We got fantasy, sci-fi, huge historical strategy and much more. Whichever games you like, remember to wishlist them to help the devs and show your support. Which games are you most excited for? Be sure to tell us in the comments at the end of the video. Anyway, let's go! Game of Roles is a show similar to Critical Role, broadcasting an RPG campaign for all to experience. The Worlds of Aria invites fans and newcomers alike to step into the show's setting and explore it for themselves. It's primarily a narrative game, so the decisions you make will be secondary to stats, and die rolls are included to add uncertainty to each scene. The Worlds of Aria allows for co-op play, with each party member's actions driving the story in different directions. The game system is designed to take everyone's decision into account, making each game unique. As for now, there is no release date listed for the Worlds of Aria, so it's unlikely to arrive until sometime next year on Steam.
Our world was alive once.
Roots of Yggdrasil is a beautiful stylized roguelite set in the aftermath of Ragnarok, the final battle between the Aesir and the Jotuns in Norse mythology. The gods are dead and the world tree destroyed, leaving mortal survivors to pick up the pieces. Player will guide the last Viking clan to build a new settlement in the last pockets of reality. In standard roguelike fashion, each playthrough represents a different fragment of the world left behind after the destruction of Yggdrasil. This game is an exciting take on classic tales, and a roguelike city builder could be a winning combination. No release date has yet been announced, so we may have to wait a while to see how it turns out on Steam. Of course, why should the heroes have all the fun? Chambers of Devious design is a villainous base building game. If Evil Genius were a turn-based game, it might play something like this. However, it has a competitive puzzle element that sets it apart from the Super Spy classic. You are not the only supervillain bent on the world domination. Other nefarious forces are building their own bases nearby. You'll need to place your chambers to efficiently use the space available, only building close to the other villain's lair if you think you can take them in a fight. It's the kind of game that could lend itself so serious multiplayer mayhem, and we are excited to give it a try when it launches on the 5th of September on Steam. Petroglyph Games is calling their upcoming historical strategy title the definitive World War I strategy game, and that may not be an exaggeration. The Great War follows the titular conflict on a Total War style turn-based strategic maps with real-time battles played out when armies clash. Battlefields are persistent, so terrain will shift as the ally and central power fight back and forth over the same stretches of land. Digging trenches and developing new technologies would be at the forefront of the game's overall strategy. How will your troops fare when they see the first ever tanks roll over a hill? We'll find out in 2023 when the Great War launches on Steam. Probably merchant games can be very satisfying. Who doesn't like buying low, selling high and turning a profit? They're usually light on story though, which is something 10,000 coins hopes to fix. The game's plunky protagonist is front and center, and she strives to find her homeland and pay off her massive debts. 10,000 tracks the effort of your business, as introducing new gods to an area will change the local situation. Buying and selling is more than just scanning a list of prices looking for deals. You'll need to negotiate with each trader you came across. The release date hasn't yet been determined, but we'll be marking our calendars when it is on Steam. RPG Stories isn't technically a game. It's a robust 3D tabletop for Dungeons and Dragons and other RPGs with assets for world building, gameplay and communication between players. The software lets game master visualize fantasy, modern and sci-fi setting while dice and miniatures help maintain the tabletop feel. No release date has yet been announced on Steam. At first glance, Mystical Conquests looks like a pretty standard 4X title. Players explore a hex-based map, snatching up land and fighting for resources. The solo project adds a new twist to the genre, though you are not just trying to conquer the world, you are trying to save it. From the beginning of the game, your kingdom will come under siege from the forces of evil. Their numberless odds won't stop until the boss monsters scattered across the map are brought down, so you'll need to send heroes and armies to find and defeat this menace before it's too late. Mystical Conquests is scheduled for release in 2023 on Steam.
Welcome to the party!
Miniatures gamers have had a rough couple of years. The pandemic made it hard to get even small tabletop skirmishes in, and digital adaptations just don't feel the same. Moonbreaker is making a strong push to change that, though, billing itself as a true digital miniatures experience. If any game can pull it off, this looks like it could be the one. Moonbreaker is designed to look and feel like the best craft and painted miniatures game you've ever played. And yes, you can design all your models' color palettes. To top it off, the setting was created by world-famous editor Brandon Sanderson, so players can immerse themselves in one of his signature worlds without having to read a 1000-page novel. Moonbreaker entered early access on the 29th of September on Steam. We are all excited for Marvel's Midnight Suns, just like a great new indie comic alongside the latest issue of Spider-Man, though Capes is another superhero tactics game coming in 2023. Building your team of superheroes you'll fight to take back a city that's been in the grip of villainous tyrants for 20 years. Capes is indelible, inspired by all your favorite comics, and by the look of it, the game will feel like full color pages brought to life. 2023 is shaping up to be a very good year for superhero fans and turn-based lovers. On Steam.
So you want to join me?
It's been almost 2 decades since the remake of Sid Meier's Pirates, and Tortuga looks poised to hoist the Jolly Roger as a spiritual successor.
Is beautiful.
As a pirate captain, you'll sail the seas, riding and pillaging in search of fame and fortune. Tortuga features historical ships and characters to lend the story a bit of authenticity, but ultimately it's your swashbuckling tale to tell. What sets Tortuga apart is its 25 hours of storylines, allowing players to immerse themselves in craft narratives as well as the stories they create themselves. If pirates are coming back in vogue, then pour me a pint of grog and hoist the mainsail when Tortuga releases in early 2023 on Epic Store.
The whole world is open.
This video ends here. Let me know what you think about this game in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel and also consider supporting us through all our pages. Wish you the best. Ciao.